Hello everyone and welcome to learn about ancient Egypt. Today we are watching the beautiful temple of Abu Simbel, which was built by King Ramses II, 1272 BC. One of the temples that built by this great king who lived for about 67 years and he died when he was almost 96 years old. He built two temples on the extreme south of the Egyptian borders. The temple of Ramses II and his beloved wife Nefertari took them more than 25 years to be built. And actually, I cannot say literally built because the two temples were completely cut out of the rock of the mountain. So the two temples were just one piece of rock. So the whole temple was excavated into the mountain. The two temples were facing the river which was running in front of the two temples. Now it is not a river anymore, but it is just a huge lake. This lake was formed when we built the dam in Egypt between the year 1960 to 1971. So the water of the river increased and it was creating a huge lake which known as Lake Nasser today. The two temples were facing submersion, and by the help of the UNESCO, two temples were saved between the year 1964 to 1968. Took all this time to cut the temples into about 1,200 transportable pieces and move each piece separately on the back of the trucks, elevate the pieces about 64 meters above the ground level, the original one, and about 200 meters into the west from the original site, and reconstruct the two temples again from the bottom to the top, and then they created a mountain. So the mountain that you see now in front of you, it is man-made mountain loaded on top of a huge concrete shell. When it was built in the 40s of last century, it was the biggest concrete shell or dome to be built in the whole world. I can say that the two temples of Ramses II and his beloved wife Nefertari, it was such a magnificent sight, and it is an ancient engineering miracle to dig two huge temples like this. But to move the two temples, this was another engineering miracle. To move a mountain, actually, they had to cut it into pieces and move it and rebuild it. And this is one of the modern engineering miracles back in the 60s of last century. The temple length is over 25 meters. Each statue of Ramses is about 20 meters high, and they are supposed to be four identical statues, but we can see some damage happen to some of the statues, in particular the second one from the left hand side, which was badly damaged. Some might say it was damaged by earthquake, but I think it's not just an earthquake, but it is the bad quality of the sandstone of this area, which has reddish color and many cracks beneath the stones. So this is just an overview about this amazing site, which is about 280 kilometers to the south of Aswan, not far from the Sudanese borders, about 80 kilometers to the north of the Sudanese borders. And the king actually, he built it to be as a huge landmark in front of the river, so any boat of enemies of Egypt crosses the river from the south to the north, thinking about attacking Egypt, they will immediately see four giant statues of Ramses II staring at them, so they will think twice before they attack the Egyptian borders, as this huge structure reflects the huge economy and army abilities to crush other enemies. So the reason why it was built, it was not just a religious reason, but it was also a security reason to build a huge landmark in such the extreme border of Egypt from the south. Thank you everyone for listening and watching this short video.